Ko ahomane so na fati yenni minimum wage ho nkomo kakra na ya ba ya beto ankomo twetwe ne so ewo efidue mu ora Bismark Osei economist nyi na adwenkyere ewo minimum wage ya maso free 13.353% to 14.88 peso cedis no ora Bismark Osei anopa ye mo ache emo akwa baba happy morning show jumadi so anopa
so metia obia
bijiri se mpombo ko de
me ho ye na mo so
ye krokro mun kakra na ma me say awase ya nije minimum wage daily minimum wage ya mamu so from 13.53 cedis to 14.88 cedis enije bi ewo mu man
enye enije pi ba appreciation kakra some of exhilaration kakra mai o hwe adentia enye enije kese ba ban at least why are they anytime was why are they o hwe your tax revenue to GDP even make this worker countries Africa Africa more
minimum wage
now all compare you have to juxtapose it with the tax revenue GDP mobilization. Ghana has one of the lowest tax revenue mobilization. Tax GDP around 14%. In sub-Saharan Africa, it's around 27% on average. And even some of our neighbors are doing 20%. So all these things, says and so you come back to see our tax revenue mobilization. But anything there, the government meets minimum wage. The key rudimental principles, synchronous principles there, it will be based on how we're able to mobilize money ourselves. To me, at least a year BB. To me,
minimum wage in a country, because according to the labor minister Ora Ignatius Bafo, or say they considered the prevailing economic conditions and one of the factors are considered to increase the minimum wage from 13.53 to 14.88%. As we speak now, a loaf of bread is now costing 15 Ghana cedis. Should we be really appreciative of the percentage are buying edia to minimum wages, so considering the prevailing economic situation?
Economic condition is very, very, very hard. It's very, 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 very pernicious. As okay, increase about 3%. But in as much as we're looking at whatever government increment the government deliver, say I don't know in government panko say, don't forget say a year amount the government it should be concomitant with his ability to pay. So we can't and market says the 13 and the 18. That's the next year when the then this is also a problem. Right? The wage bill now government they struggle with the wage bill. Over about most of our money is going to wage bill in service of debt and amortization. To me, I think that we should think about something like very, very incongruous in about it to make you and idea kind of if government can afford this, government should afford it. How do we check this price increment? And here another area, know about the income side. How do we also check the increase in price of these goods? And then one of the things that we should look at, right? And then my boy question, what are some of the palliative measures it should be operationalized? For instance, one of these, then I'm a boy cost be baby say. One of them is fool. When it's a fool, and I'm a boy cost be baby. One of them, you use $400 million to buy fuel every month. What stops the government, baby, on putting measures to check our fuel consumption? And when I go for polling, and I go for you putting measures to check our fuel consumption. Even if they say, I'm going to make a wage man, you're going to COVID-19, you say, you say, biti fee, juma, oko empty, no head office, company, we are not a baby, juma fee. And so, I'm going to render good services. I'm going to make a fee. You're going to fee, and you're going to pressure now, the awful one is on the social activities. President, watch it by now, social activities. Can now also put temporary ban on social activities. Right? Where they near a year near the it takes a lot of fuel consumption. For young bandit, be 1 month, yeah, fuel consumption. Students a bit more active and a bit more online. If you can make some of the students study how they offer some services a bit online, be a bit more. Yeah, so that the fuel consumption also we check that. The usage of private cars. Among use private cars to be a no call and I make a told me who I would mean trafficking private car. How many times I use a private car? If one, nipper two, nipper one, nipper two. fuel consumption. In the because they pack on private cars. You put a temporary ban on the use of private cars. Per 1 month. Yeah, the fuel consumption is buffer man. The pressure what currency in this one. These things are government should have been operationalized. Every month prices.
But overall, say let's ask the question as to whether people do not have the means to buy the fuel.
The people doesn't have the means.
Mibusa say as to whether people do not have the means to buy the fuel.
It's not about the means. It's about the usage. But I'm not pressure about currency in this one. So you're checking the consumption. It's me take consumption in this one. Any affected GDP, affected productivity. Every month pressure na what a unit so who could $400 million every month. I go to $400 million every month. A put pressure on the currency. And also yeah, they are very, very, very deleterious. So it's me checking for consumption. Maybe a consumption but amount of money near the corner. A swat and a pressure na your currency so a swat here. You better check. I know one of the and then one of the main reasons they are much bringing in
But why not? Why not? Because there are also a school of thought. Argue say, why not refine a portion of a crude oil na as omino or brian water now and reduce the pressure on us trying to find dollars to go and bring in a fuel product into this country. Could that not also be one of the easiest alternatives as we speak now?
Good. I can be kind of sure I can now. It's a good idea. I make America talk, for instance. Right now, no, we have not seen any radical restructuring at all. Only the two plants be SA 2017.
Yes.
The people crude distillation unit and the people residual catalyst cracker. I'm going to say, talk from penny for the say, June 2 plants never back, never back. And for a year more refined every day, the 45,000 barrels in a day. And we have to be imported. But now, I'm going to say plants never back, another button, Peruvian for more, and I to parliament and through beer. And you must have president, any minister, and every day. Toll, no, what is the state of toll? Cut toll, one now, there's no need to import. Right? All these measures are president, and I am pam, will be a solving problem. Toll, for instance, what is the reason why toll is not back? Well, the case is June, come more plants in paper back, a bit in your CBA, and so now the plants in my back will be a parliament in from radio, will be from with some. What is the radical restructuring that is going on toll to make sure, say, a fool you cry in import. These are things we should sit down and talk about. You see, Prime Minister, and on solve it, problem there. And then these are the key problems, very, very rudimental principles. I cause a problem way, right? And not only cause what we are going through. That is what we expect to see. Going for profit since a fuel price cost, you target $6.6 billion in a year. You do junior 8.4. Sa excess you invested domestic production to cut down importation now. So if these things are very well operationalized, remember prices of goods now them. Regards the minimum wage, intimate man buying pressure money minimum wage because right now the country is in serious debt. The only thing of the should be within its means. We should look at what are them the measures to check some of these excessive, exorbitant increase in prices. And only one thing, I think it's very, very vehement for us to do.
I think the Ross, I know you're baby on but let's get back to some of the issues so number one having to do with the fact that we've not been raising enough revenue in the country. And until ama ase ye increase amount for a demo and as I am shake kakrabi ewo. Number two has to do with the issue concerning the consumption of fuel. You're mentioning, say, for example, private car owners should park their vehicles. Some parking vehicles now. What are the alternative means of air transport here? Ebe use feeling the comfort that feeling using their vehicles. No. Number three has to do with maybe about three questions that maybe sir. But number three has to do with this, and you can start with this one. Number three has to do with say minimum wage move from 13.53 Ghana cedis to 14.88 Ghana cedis. No. What is the level of impact and to me ebenya on the livelihood of the ordinary Ghanaian in this country, taking into consideration the current economic challenges? You can answer this question and then the two later.
Okay, so as I said, no, the increment minimum wage, understand, it's not incongruence, it's not in concomitant with the living standard. But I've said all the government increment the government may be so we should agree say it should be within the government capacity to pay. And the government number from 13.5 to 14.8, almost a year. Young man say his capacity won't mean can they very juicy, busy sugar coated a year. Let's see what you chance they put to the country the very to implement into serious debt. To me, the minimum wage, I think that's the government capacity. Looking at the economic situation in tax revenue mobilization, how much I get this year, communal tax revenue 80 billion. And by now, you crying in 65. And I want to from heaven, no one give you a hell. So I think that what the government have given is what they can be capable. Number two, what I said, private cars, we have public transport, right? Yeah, 1 month, 1 month, yeah, public transport are there. Yeah, one can say, yeah, which you prime ministers, yeah, who ministers are, on the cycle and the public transport. I don't want to be.
Mahubi, the Prime Minister of Netherlands, out to cycle so Kwajuma. Is it Mahmoud Karzai at a point in time of free so as a president? It was in a train. We've seen that. But these are systems that have been created already. Bicycle now, Prime Minister Etiso Kwajuma, it's a system that they have put in place. More interested, they want to reduce the emission of carbon dioxide and carbon monoxide. Do we have those systems in place? Anything I mean was I say, what would be the alternative? Bema man for feel comfortable to use as we speak now.
The alternative that they are public transport. It's not about here, it's not about comfort, it's about checking fuel consumption. What are we doing? We are seeing that private cars every 4 or 2 months. And you bear with me. When private cars, nipa 1, 2, 2. Over kind private car by 10, nipa 1, 2, 2. Or call one public transport. Or never call one public transport. Now 2 public transport. We cut down fuel consumption. It's not about comfort here. It's about cutting down fuel consumption. And let's see our fuel consumption so that the pressure on the currency, every time in one way. That's what we're looking at right now. There are a lot of public transport. Why between MPs near you almost on my pack of my car. It's public transport. So it's possible. So if there's a very level I'm not very serious. We have to check our fuel consumption. We have to go to that level. It's very palliative measure. I bet me I'm a person about one thing that we have to look at.
Okay.
Our tax revenue.
Finally on the our tax.
Our tax revenue mobilization as okay, one of the things that we share GRA for this year, GRA I say on target 8 the year we are not heard what they have got into right now. I think one of the things we should do, for instance, if you look at our illicit financial flows here, illicit financial flow can more money and goods be quite rich here. It's a report by last 6 months. They say Ghana have lost about $8 billion due to that for gold and then of the coin for the past 7 years.
Yeah.
You look at these steps, these bodies now, more here, they streamline or more operations, about a contextualized data, more monitor these illicit financial flow. Also, you can't fuel to or more for downstream petroleum activities, or more fuel activities downstream, be evading taxes, and it's a muntia thing. What are some of the measures? Very many measures. I let your boy and implement these downstream petroleum activities. Yeah, you say Ghana card. I never quite buying a mobile or my idea, Ghana card, the idea of my idea, you need to. Or might me, I have 17 million Ghanaians, or when I say, a probably as soon as Ghana card, they beat me integrating to our social services. Everything about said, yet, if social services, they beat me integrating into it. Make a passport. Before the millennium passport, they beat me share. Ghana card, they not tracking me tax records, send me the car taxes. Medical taxes are tell me could you send their mommy. You want me integrity our driving licenses, our embassies. Before the Gabon embassy, quality me take attract the taxes car, visa. Airports. Before the airport, the system it me track your tax record. Over 4 million people use the airport to travel every year. And the Ghana card not by me and my idea. How do we make sure we use it as one of the very vehement process, very vehement process towards tax revenue mobilization? The tax treaties. I never could say a country needs a tax revenue, big tax treaties. A lot of tax treaties. And can we review some of the tax treaties with other countries? Because if we transfer pricing, and my country needs a lot of revenue through transfer pricing. Informal sector, so yeah, a lot of people doesn't pay tax. At that president can about 4 months ago, about 90% of the informal sector they don't pay tax. Is it a very vehement process? Is it very monumental process, continuous process? Every say informal sector, kebe license one. Airlines now every 3 years, 3 years, they review licenses. And they'll force them to pay some of these taxes. If you say social services, I render integrated to tax payment. Or informal sector before so being any social service via driving license, or DVLA, or their passport, via you have check and send on Saka. They force them how much pay HRS had in money.
All right, Bismark Osei, Yemfa and Komoto Train in Sia, Yabedo as I said, what Jim ran out the Dinkomo, happy morning show.